Welcome back to the Hot Wheels Mamas fam. If you were new here, welcome, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you have not already done so, please go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I upload new videos. For those of you that are new here, my channel is about cerebral palsy because I myself have cerebral palsy and I want to help those who have disabilities understand just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't do something in life because you absolutely can. You just have to set your mind to whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whether you have a disability or not. This channel is for everyone, not just people that have disabilities. Now, I told you guys earlier that my live video was going to be a Q&A. So, I'm going to answer some of y'all's questions. So, the first question is, do I really have cerebral palsy? And the answer to that is yes. I cannot walk. I was born with cerebral palsy. When I was younger, though, I could walk by holding on to furniture. Now, I'm not able to do that anymore because of all the surgeries that I've had. And when I was younger, I had a surgery to try to help make me walk, but unfortunately, due to family reasons, that did not work out the way that I planned or my family had planned. The next question is, what type of cerebral palsy do I have? And to answer that question is, I actually do not know the name of it. But what I do know and I can tell you is it involves muscle spasms. And what muscle spasms are is just spasticity is where I shake all the time. But I do take medication for that to help with that. The next question is, how do I transfer in and out of my wheelchair? Well, I have someone to transfer me, and my fiance transfers me in and out of my wheelchair into my bed. The next question is, why don't I like asking for help? And that is because I try to do as much as I can, so I do not like asking for help. Now, if I need the help, I will ask for it. Like, if I can't do something, I will ask for the help. If I know I can't do it, I have no choice but to ask someone for help. The next question is, what type of equipment do I use to help with my disability? Well, I just did a video on this the other day, but I will answer that question for you. I use my wheelchair, of course, and then I use a bath chair, which is a pediatric bath chair that I use because I'm so tiny. I only am 5'3", so I use a pediatric bath chair. And the next piece of equipment and the last piece of equipment that I use is my hospital bed. And I use this hospital bed to help my back because I have scoliosis really bad. But unfortunately, sometimes the bed helps, but 80% of the time, this bed hurts my back. And the next question is, how long have I had scoliosis? And the answer to that is I've basically had it as long as I can remember, which is ever since I was little. I've had the scoliosis. And we've tried different back braces, but the scoliosis was too far gone, so I ended up having to have back surgery. The next question is, when did you have your back surgery and what did they use? I got my back surgery done in 94, and they use rods that they call Harrington rods. I believe that they don't use those rods anymore. I believe, I could be mistaken, but I don't think they use those rods anymore. They use plastic rods to help you bend. But when I got my surgery, I didn't have that option. So they used the Harrington rods in my back. And that is what is actually causing me so much pain, is the Harrington rods, because they are metal. And in this winter, they get so cold, it takes me like 2 hours to get out of bed in the morning. And I have to take a bunch of pain medicine just to help me get out of bed in the morning. The next question is, do I like having cerebral palsy? The answer to that is a hard question for me because on one hand I can say yes, and the other hand I can say no. And the reason I say yes is because I absolutely love helping people as much as I can to learn about cerebral palsy. But on the other hand, the answer to that is no, because I don't like people helping me, but I realize that I have to have help with certain things. And the last and final question, why don't I talk about my kids on here? And I don't talk about my kids much on here because, one, I don't have their permission. And people may say, you don't need their permission, you're their mom. Well, my feeling on that is, yes, I do need their permission because they didn't ask to put their business out here. I decided to do this channel because I got tired of people making fun of other people because they have disabilities. People tend to look at the disability instead of the ability. And what that means is instead of you looking at what people can do that have disabilities, you, and I'm not saying you guys in particular, I'm saying anybody. People tend to look at what we can't do instead of what we can do, and that started to irritate me because I would have friends that would ask me, how do I handle this? And I would come back and give them some suggestions on how they could handle the things to make them feel better about themselves. And what I tell people is don't let people's ignorancy get to you. Explain to them why you are the way that you are. Don't let people get you down and you know you can do certain things. Just because they think that you can't do it doesn't mean that you have to answer to them. It doesn't mean that you are not capable of doing it. It's just because people don't know about disabilities and they don't know how to handle it, so they come off ignorant about it, and it started to irritate me. So instead of getting mad about it, I decided to start a channel called the Hot Wheels Mama's Fam. And how I came up with that is I'm in a wheelchair and I'm a mom, so I decided to call my channel the Hot Wheels Mama's Fam. And I have a last question that I want to answer for you guys. Why do you always say never say you can't, always say you can, and never give up? I started saying that because I never want to say I can't do something unless I try to do it first. And always say you can is to motivate you when you say you can't do something. And the never give up is just simple. Never give up. Always keep trying before you decide you can't do it anymore. So I hope that answers your questions. I'm going to end this video here today, but before I do so, I want to remind you to go ahead and subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss when I upload new videos. Please make sure you like this video as well as all my other videos. And please make sure you give this video a thumbs up as well as all my other videos. And please make sure you tell your family and friends to subscribe. And please make sure you share this video as well as all my other videos. And as I always say, never say you can't. Always say you can. And never give up. And thanks for watching, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
I got the meat mixed with the Alfredo sauce. I had to put the rice back on.